everybody, it's your favorite girl, Tyler Nicole Taylor, TNT, if you love me, and welcome back. So today is going to be a bit of a story time. And I don't know, I was just thinking about this the other day. I think mostly it was actually prompted by my cousin. She graduated high school recently, a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of June. And we went down to San Antonio. Shout out to Gracie. Congratulations, girl. And I just was thinking about my experience with graduating from high school and how I felt and all that. Right? Every time somebody graduates from high school, you kind of reflect back to what it felt like. I went to and graduated from Westlake High School in Waldorf, Maryland. Shout out to all the Wolverines out there. If y'all watching, what up, though? If not, who cares? Okay. Yeah, because if they're not, then they're just not, right? I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, and at the time, in 2002 is when I graduated high school. I was apprehensive to say that because it lets you know exactly how old I am now, especially if you watched the last video and I told you I just had a birthday and now I'm ratting myself out even more. So anyway, back then in Waldorf, Maryland at Westlake High School, a lot of times people perceived our school as white, you know, and I personally, even still to this day, don't think that it was predominantly white. We actually had more of a mixed school. It was a lot of different nationalities, and in terms of the black people versus the white people ratio was almost kind of even. I mean, there might have been more white people, but still, it was mostly even. And it didn't feel like it was an all-white school or whatever the hell that's supposed to even feel like anyway, right? I don't even know. Because I'm a military kid, so all my life, all the schools I went to have been mixed, in my opinion. I actually moved to Waldorf when I was in middle school. So a lot of them I knew already growing up from middle school to high school. So we all grew up together. So it just kind of, to me, they were just my homies. They were my friends. I didn't really date them like that, you know. So, and when I looked at them, they just were just like my homeboys. Like, I remembered what they looked like when we were in middle school. They didn't look that much different. Some of them did, but for the most part, they didn't, and they didn't act much different either because we were kids. So I remember back then in the early 2000s, the type of guy, especially the type of black guy that was in at the time, in terms of the mainstream media, was like, you know, the New York cool guy, whatever like that. You know, he got the baggy clothes and the little Caesar, whatever like that, you know. And that was it. That was what it was. You know, I was a huge Jadakiss fan because I loved him. I loved Nas and Method Man. Those were the type of dudes that I just really liked. We didn't have those guys in Waldorf, and that was fine. It wasn't that I was even looking for those guys, because to me they were grown-ups anyway, so I wasn't expecting the young guys to be anything like that. So anyhow, I usually ended up dating the do-gooder types, which was cool because I was kind of a do-gooder too, so it worked out. My point is, all those guys were just, you know, around the way guys that I knew. They were just homies, they were friends, they felt like cousins, like, you know, they just felt like kind of like family to a certain degree. It didn't feel like, ooh, I'm attracted to this person. I mean, there were a couple that I had a little crush on here and there, but I never really talked to any of those people, so it didn't matter. Those people didn't count. And I remember thinking, ooh, I can't wait to get to New York when I get older so I can find these guys that I'm seeing on TV, these fine ass men, these fine black men. New York got all the fine black men. I used to believe that, okay? I was like a true believer that all the fine black men were in New York, or the fine Puerto Rican men or whatever. They was all in New York. That's where you needed to go. I couldn't wait. So, boom. My brother started acting when I was in high school, and he's younger than me, so you might have seen him on a couple of things. I might actually splice some things in. Yes, my brother started acting when I was in high school and he was in middle school. And so what did that mean? That meant we had to take trips to New York. That's what that meant for auditions. You bet I tagged along. Why wouldn't I? I had to find out where all these fine black men work so I can come back and report to my girls and say, girls, it's true. What you saw on MTV and BET is true. They're in New York. That's where we need to go. That's what I thought, you know. So anyhow, my dad and his side of the family is from Jersey. So I actually used to go to Jersey a lot, well, enough to visit family and stuff like that. Sadie, see how she doing, kicking it with her every now and again. And I mean, it was kind of rural, you know, East Orange, New Jersey, Red Bank area. Like, it was just kind of like neighborhoods. And wasn't a lot of people just hanging out waiting for you to get there. It wasn't no fine man line just lined up because, you know, TNT's coming. Like, let's line up. No, that wasn't what was going on. So I still never found them in Jersey either. I thought maybe they would be there because it was close enough to New York, but no, not really. Never found them. As a matter of fact, I swear I never saw any other, like, guys around my age anytime that I went up there. Like, ever. Never. It just seemed like I never saw them. Not in the store, not walking down the street, not at the gas station. Nothing. Nothing. It was just either like some kids outside playing or old people. And it was like, okay, Jersey ain't it. It's gotta be New York. Anyway, boom, fast forward. Going to New York now. We go to New York, I can't wait. I'm walking around, I'm looking, I'm scoping hard as a mug, right? And I see some Puerto Rican poppies, but you know, they weren't like the ones I saw on TV. At all. They weren't like any of the other guys in any of the Jay-Z videos or any of the Locks videos and any of the videos where they were in the neighborhood and they, you know, hit the what's the thing where the fire hose hooks up to. Yeah, they hit that joint and, you know, everybody outside in the summertime, like, I never found that shit. Like, where was that at? I remember one time also, my mom's friend, Lorraine, shout out to her, hey girl, she's from New York. We went to the Bronx. I was like, oh, for sure, they gonna be at the Bronx. Definitely gonna be in the Bronx, like, come on. So we go to the Bronx, whatever, we walking up to the projects. It was dope. Like, I'm like, shh, this looks just like TV. Hello, I'm down, I'm rocking, I can do this, I'm black, I fit in, whatever like that. I did, nobody approached me, nobody tried to pull me up and nothing like that. Plus we was with a Bronx native, so we was cool. Still, I didn't find them niggas. Like, where was they at? Where were they at? I don't know. I never found them. And even after my brother ended up being on Broadway and he ended up staying up there, at that time I had went to college. That was around 2002, 2003. So by then I had already been up to New York several times and I found out that what I thought was true was not true and I was over it and I'm just like, where are all the fine black men? Like, I keep seeing these men on TV. Where they be at? When I started really making myself stay on campus and really like getting involved with people and getting to know people and things like that, that's when I started to pay more attention. So it started in the caf. I'm in the cafeteria and I'm just looking around and I notice, oh my God, he's fine. Oh snap, he's fine. Oh my God, it's just a bunch of them. They're all fine. What in the world is happening right now? That's when I started noticing, hello, the holy grail of where all the fine black men were was at this HBCU. I swear to God, like, Bowie State University is the HBCU that I went to and graduated from. I cheered for them as well. I even ended up working with the head football coach. I was in RTC, like, I did a bunch of crazy stuff. Had a radio show. I was a Metro News reporter at one point. So yeah, I did all kinds of stuff at school. But that's just me. I like to try to keep busy. And even when I'm doing a bunch of stuff, I still don't feel like it's enough. But anyway, yeah, that's when I noticed that they were all fine. Our football team was all fine. Like, seriously, it was like, what, 85 dudes on the team. Out of 85 of them, swear to goodness, I swear to goodness, at least 75 of them was fine, like for real. There was something for everybody on that team. And then just looking at just the guys in general that went to the school that may not necessarily been involved in sports, or maybe they were involved in SGA, or maybe they were in the band, or maybe they were just a commuter, whatever. It was just a lot of fine black men there. Some of them were dads already, and they were very good dads to be so young too. It was kind of inspiring a bit because it was way different than what the media tried to make you believe. Like, you know, if you had a kid, especially back then, right? If you had a kid, your dreams is over. You can't play football, you can't go to college, you can't do nothing because you just had a kid. Nah, I met a bunch of incredible people that proved that to be incorrect, that proved that to be false. Other thing too, don't get it twisted. Yes, it was a lot of fine black men, but if you looked at the girls, they were all pretty too. So you can't have all these fine black children together, young people, excuse me, because we thought we were grown. Can't have all these fine young black people together that think they're grown, right? And think they're not gonna procreate. That shit's gonna happen, okay? When you in college, we watch these little frat movies all the time, these frat comedy movies, right? What are they doing in these movies? Smashing! That's what they're doing. Hello? So you kind of can't be shocked that some people gonna end up pregnant. And it was a lot of girls that ended up pregnant the year before. So of course the school kind of cracked down and was trying really hard to reduce that number, which I think they did a good job at. And I don't know what the stats are now where that's concerned because I'm so far removed. Like I said, you know, I graduated high school in 02, I graduated college in 06. I'm old, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, getting back to the point. The point is, all the fine black men were in college. I say consider an HBCU if you're about to graduate from high school, and you, not just for the fine black men, because it's a type of education that you cannot get anywhere else, and it's life lessons that you learn there that you don't learn I personally believe that you don't learn at a PWI. Nothing wrong with those though, because they're awesome too. And all that matters is that you really get your education, especially if it's in line with what you want to do with the rest of your life. But anyway, that was my quick little story time. I hope you enjoyed that. That was actually my first story time. Yeah, that was. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you have your own HBCU stories you want to share, go ahead, drop them below. Or if you have any other ideas or tips on where to find fine black men, help us out. Drop that below too. We all want to know where they at. Let's keep it real. Anyway, until next time, I will see you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And of course, share. See you guys later. Bye.